This is Art Television.
This is one way of showing convenience, and My SLT is just another name for convenience. Services here, there, and everywhere. Now brought under My SLT. Access all of SLT Mobitel services through one app. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Coming up, State of Business, sponsored by
ඔබගේ ආදරණීය වාහනය ආදරයෙන් සුරකින්න ඉකු ටැබ්ලට්ස් භාවිතා කරන්න.
බාධා නැති සීමා නැති SLT Mobitel Home 4G දැන් පුළුල් ආවරණයක් සමග.
IWS Aviation.
A very good evening and a very warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Savindri Jayawad and let's look at the top stories for the day. The Sri Lankan rupee strengthens by 189 to 190 against the US dollar. Government clears out all doubts on Port City bill. News in detail. The Sri Lanka rupee quoted higher around 189 to 190 against the US dollar in the spot market on mid-morning trade today, although bond yields remain unchanged. Last Friday, the Sri Lanka rupee closed at 192 to 194 to the US dollar in the spot market. About the fact that the rupee closed to 192 to 194 on Friday in the spot market, the central bank's telegraph transfers price are 195 rupees and 72 cents to 201 rupees and 28 cents points higher. Despite the worst import restrictions since the 1970s, Sri Lanka's rupee has been under pressure due to money printing and low interest rates. According to dealers, bond markets were also quiet with few maturities quoted. Bonds due on December 15, 2022 were quoted at 5.95% to 6.05% on Monday, down from 5.98% to 6.05% on Friday. Bonds due on November 15, 2023 were quoted at 6.40 to 50% on Monday, unchanged from Friday. Bonds due on December 15, 2024 were quoted unchanged at 6.75% to 90%. A bond with a maturity date of May 1, 2025 was quoted at 6.90 to 10%. In the meantime, State Minister for Money and Capital Markets and State Enterprise Reforms, Ajit Niwad Cabral, claims that the Colombo Port City will be a catalyst to jumpstart an economic revival. Addressing a media briefing held in Colombo recently, the State Minister stated that the fears about it becoming a Chinese colony are unfounded. The State Minister stated that with Sri Lanka's debt-to-GDP ratio climbing to a dizzying 98%, strong debt repayments are pending over the next few years, challenging the economic growth. In response to allegations that Colombo Port City is a money laundering hotspot, Minister Cabral said that the port city is not excluded from money laundering rules. He went on to say that it was omitted from Sri Lankan contract law in order to speed up the settlement of contractual disputes and that all other state rules will remain in effect. The State Minister further revealed that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has the authority to supervise any tax exemptions, licenses, investment permissions or regulatory decisions taken with the consent or regulations such as the Central Bank or the Auditor General.
All area-related taxes and levies within the CPC, that's the Colombo Port Commission, to be Colombo Port City, to be imposed by the Commission, to be collected and credited to the consolidated fund as government revenue. I think it's correct. Government revenue. Yet license fees and royalty fees should also go to the government. Grants, donations, gifts from domestic or foreign sources subject to compliance with laws of the land on national and financial security aspects through the External Resources Department of the General Treasury. Money borrowed by the Commission can be only done with the guidelines to be prescribed by the President.
Moreover, State Minister Ajit Niwad Cabral added that Colombo Port City would create more than 83,000 high-paying jobs and fully transform the country's economy. The State Minister further emphasized that last year's government debt service saw a paradigm change with international loans falling from 65% to 40%, and that the government plans to lower this even further by drawing foreign direct investments.
Innovation and entrepreneurship, promote tourism and ancillary services by facilitating duty-free shopping, entertainment, generate employment opportunities and promote sustainable development, green technology, promote urban amenity operations with the settlement of a residential community within the CPC.
Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
This is one way of showing convenience, and MySLT is just another name for convenience. Services here, there, and everywhere. Now brought onto MySLT. Access all of SLT Mobitel services through one app. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
ටෙක්ස්ටෝරියම් අංකානෝනාවිය කිලින් වීදිය කුළඹි කුළා.
මගේ ආදරණීය වාහනය ආදරෙන් සුරකින්න මම පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ එකෝ ටැබ්ලට්. ඔයාලගේත් වාහනේට බය නැතුව එකෝ ටැබ්ලට් පාවිච්චි කරන්න.
ඔබගේ ආදරණීය වාහනය ආදරෙන් සුරකින්න එකෝ ටැබ්ලට්ස් භාවිතා කරන්න.
Welcome back after the break. The Minister of Justice Ali Sabri emphasizes that Sri Lanka completely owns the entire land area of the controversial Colombo port city. Speaking at a press conference in Colombo recently, he strongly denied allegations that part of the port land had been transferred to another party. President's Council and Minister Ali Sabri claimed emphatically during the media briefing that the Colombo Port City Economic Commission was formed to oversee, govern and monitor the activities that take place in the port city. The minister highlighted that the main goal of forming an economic commission is to give the port city the economic and administrative independence it needs to conduct business. Minister Ali Sabri also revealed that the investment zone has a total area of 269 hectares, with 91 hectares for public services and 116 hectares or 43% of the financial zone land going to the project corporation. Justice Minister Ali Sabri further stresses that according to the proposed Port City Economic Commission Bill, the President may nominate foreign nationals as Commission members if he so desires, pointing out that there is no hindrance to such action.
A law is enacted. You draft it, you send it to the Honourable Attorney General for his observation. His observation has come, it is constitutional. They have come to the Cabinet. Cabinet has approved that to be gazetted. It is gazetted not as an urgent bill under normal circumstances. People have their right to go to courts, which is good. That's part of our democratic process. And Supreme Court is now hearing. Let the Supreme Court decide, not your speculations. Let the Supreme Court decide whether this could go on a simple majority, whether certain clauses should go for two-thirds, whether certain clauses should go for referendum. So we will abide by the Supreme Court decision and determination and proceed with it. That's how we have always acted, to bring and attract foreign investment. So in order to do that, we are establishing a commission. That commission should comprise of people of ability, who could attract, who have international standing. Personally speaking for myself, as long as that commission, majority of the commissioners are where the decisions are being made. Sri Lankans, I have no problem. If somebody is a good person who could bring international investment, I don't mind even a foreigner sitting. But that it is up to the President to appoint them. So President probably will act on that. But as somebody previously spoke to me, mentioned, some of these things will evolve.
The Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka releases instructions on foreign currency borrowings by licensed finance companies in order to give them more access to low-cost funds from foreign sources. A release from CBSL stated that the main intention of these guidelines is to reduce any financial volatility caused by licensed finance companies. The new bearings have been presented considering the few LFCs have been raising unfamiliar borrowings at moderately lower cost to fund their business activities. The new directions include features such as LFCs can borrow up to 20% of a company's net assets in foreign currency in 3 phases depending on the company's overall output, including capital and liquidity levels, consumption reasons, collateral nature and credit rating. Foreign currency borrowings of up to 10% of a company's total assets do not need CBSL approval, although prior notice is required. However, the CBSL approval is needed for borrowings of more than 10%. The period of foreign currency borrowings must be at least 2 years. CBSL has made it easier for licensed commercial banks to hedge the foreign exchange risk of loan proceeds, while LFCs are expected to handle the foreign exchange risk of loan interest payments using suitable derivative instruments. The release also stated that the LFCs are expected to keep the cost of certain foreign currency borrowings under CBSL's guidelines. Overall, the new guidelines have given LFCs more versatility in raising funds from international sources in cautious manner for potential market expansions that will benefit the economy's growth. In the meantime, government warns that the country may impose restrictions on foreign arrivals in order to prevent the spread of the coronavirus if not controlled. Moreover, Dr. Sudat Samaravira stated that around 15% of the positive cases in the country reported this month have arrived from overseas. Since the outbreak in March last year, Sri Lanka has confirmed over 96,000 cases, with over 92,000 of them recovering. The death toll still stands at 615. According to the health officials, the first vaccine has been provided to over 925,000 people out of a potential population of 21 million.
2021 අවුරුද්දේදී රෝගීන් 52710ක් වාර්තා වෙලා තියෙනවා. එයින් 1593 දෙනෙක් විදේශවල සිට මේ රටට පැමිණ නිරෝධායනය වෙමින් සිටියදී අපි හඳුනාගත්තු රෝගීන්. ඒ වගේම මේ විදේශවල සිට පැමිණ අය අතර අපි හඳුනා ගන්නා රෝගීන් ප්‍රමාණය ක්‍රමෙන් වැඩිවීමක් අපිට දකින්න පුළුවන්. උදාහරණයක් විදිහට අප්‍රේල් මාසයේ මේ වන විට අපේ රට තුලින් රෝගීන් 3480 දෙනෙක් සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම හඳුනා ගන්නකොට එයින් 538 දෙනෙක්ම එනම් 15.5%ක්ම විදේශවල සිට පැමිණ නිරෝධායන වෙමින් සිටි අය.
Stay tuned for more news right after this break.
This is one way of showing convenience, and MySLT is just another name for convenience. Services here, there, and everywhere. Now brought under MySLT. Access all of SLT Mobitel services through one app. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Secrets Magaharinna Beri Suwada.
This is one way of showing convenience, and MySLT is just another name for convenience. Services here, there, and everywhere. Now brought under MySLT. Access all of SLT Mobitel services through one app. SLT Mobitel, the connection.
Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The All-Share Price Index dropped 47.07 points to close at 7,553.50, and the S&P SL20 dropped 29.35 points to close at 3,042.15. The turnover was 2.9 billion rupees and over 126 million shares were traded. Up next are Forex rates. And that's all news for today. See you tomorrow with State of Business at the usual time. Until then, take care and good night.